you about it, but we don't got time for all that. We got another match ahead of us. We're
Oh,
going right into the final winner side top 8 qualifier. Quidd versus Yatagarasu. Yatagarasu going to be bringing the Dark Samus that's gotten them to this point. Meanwhile, Quidd rocking Pac-Man today.
yeah.
A player who's apparently been renowned for playing multitudes of characters. Pac-Man, no exception to that.
hmm Yeah.
This is a matchup that could be a real candle burner. I feel like we could be here a while, depending on how either players opt to play it. They both get rewarded from passive play. In general, their tools are more acclimated to playing at distance. Although Pac-Man does have a lot of good tools for getting in and boxing close. The forward air and neutral air in particular, I think, are really solid tools if Quidd is able to time them right amongst the distance pressure that is Dark Samus' tools.
Yeah, and see right there, the key factors right here is going to be the usage of the projectiles, at least in Pac-Man's arsenal, because you see, Quidd wants to play that kind of style. You know, the style of just, that was beautiful. That was a beautiful up air spring. You don't really see that much coming in from Pac-Man on this standpoint, but yeah, the usage of projectiles on Pac-Man and is going to be such a key factor, and you see right there, you know, the trap game as well will be something to be on watch for, because Quidd just calling out, just playing the mind games. I believe it's gonna be, you know, more of who can play with whose mind more. In this case, you know, Quidd just one step ahead. He took a little bit of damage to begin, and it seems like he hasn't even been touched since then.
I mean, Pac-Man in general just has that ability, especially with bonus fruit in hand, to be able to run away, play at a distance. We've seen that Quidd is feeling pretty comfortable with these high up fire hydrants to keep Yata from getting in too close. But I don't know. I feel like in general, Yata could be picking a bit better buttons to use in this close range. I actually do like dash attack though. Dash attack, I feel like, is a button that can help break zone very well for Samus and give Yatagarasu the opportunity to get something off of it if it connects. But throwing out these aerials with reckless abandon is just going to lead Yata to taking more and more damage.
Yeah, one thing we've been seeing though, you know, charge shot, he's not fully charging them. He's trying to half charge, if not just low charge it, so he can at least get in the face of Pac-Man. But it seems like Quidd, just whenever he's just ready for every single option that Yata's ready to throw out. And you see right there, the bell gonna be enough. Not gonna get a good punish there, but a back air was gonna be enough to get some damage. 158% already on this second stock of Yata. Is he able to get back on stage? Yes, he will be able to, but he needs to find these punishes. Oh, yeah.
Oh, you can just do that too.
Yeah.
You know, let the leggy down. That could work too.
Good stuff right there from Yata, just being aware of what exactly the invincibility would have ran out. He was sitting at max rage percent, so the invincibility was going to run out real fast there. And it paid off, but at 185%, you know, this is not a good position right now. If your Samus, beautiful! Using the hydrant to just get a little bit more of movement right there, but the back air will seal the stock. Quidd slightly running away with this one, but you can't count out Samus. Definitely a character that you got to watch out for every single time.
Yes, sir. Although this deep off-stage play is looking a little scurry from both ends, it's going to lead to a decent amount of damage up, although in the end, I feel like the fact that Quidd is up the stock is just going to make all of this reckless play more and more rewarding. The rotation through the bonus fruit lending us closer to the bell and the key, which we've seen that Quidd is more acclimated to just keeping at a distance, chucking key, or throwing the bell, try to get the stun. Hasn't gotten too much off of it yet, but would be interesting to see the kill off of it. I don't like to use the Gallagher at these higher percentages, though, just because it's a tool that's very well suited to a combo, not so well suited for putting out any type of aerial pressure due to the awkward angle the shift flies at. You know, the water from the fire hydrants, though, is definitely making a big X factor for this match. It really shouldn't be doing all this much work, but I'll take it. Pac-Man as a character, I feel like people complain a lot very often because the character is more suited to patient play, but has so much potential for creative kills, and we're going to see that with the charge forward smash from out deep, off the bell stun, Quidd taking game one with Pac-Man.
Yeah, Quidd definitely really showed me some things with Pac-Man that you won't really see too often. I wasn't really a fan, like you mentioned before, about the Galagas at high percentages, but it didn't really cost him too much. What I want to see more from Yata, though, is just trying to play a little bit more mind games, because I feel like he was just throwing out a lot of charge shots bluntly. He wasn't using too much of the missiles like I would have wanted him to. He wants to play a good spacing game, not allow Pac-Man to set up a lot of traps, I mean, you haven't really been seeing much trap game coming in from Quidd anyways, because all he does is throw hydrant and just hope for the best. He gets close enough to the hydrant to try to bait Yata to get in his face, and it's been working out for him in that favor. But yeah, like you mentioned, I mean, the hydrant, the water bumps just been they kind of set up for a lot of things that you can't really prepare for unless you just time it perfectly. And we're not going to see any swaps. We may see a swap of stage, as both players did move out
I
from the.
would like to see a swap of stage. I feel like a little bit
Um,
more space would be beneficial. Oh, no? Small battlefield? Okay.
I mean,
On paper, I feel like this is a fine Samus stage. I feel like the way that Samus's tools operate, like between missile and charge shot in tandem, can cover a ton of space. But Yata hasn't really been given the opportunity to play from a distance like that due to how well Quidd has been zone breaking. And also, I feel like Quidd has just been using the aerial space much more effectively. Whether it's the projectiles like sticking around in the air, or he was wild with it. He was wild with it for no good reason.
you gotta respect that. I mean, you're in the percent lead, and if he were to hit that forward smash, for sure it was going to kill him. Probably not because from the other side of the stage, if he were to just go for it right there with the jab block, would he have killed? But you know, you gotta respect it sometimes. Just have a little bit of fun with your opponent. Just try to condition them, because now Quidd understands what Yata may do for the next time, depending if he is to go be in a jab block situation again. What to go for?
You know, I'm actually glad that you brought up the sense of conditioning, because I feel like Quidd has gotten Yata into this position where he is just too strict to slip around the platforms. We even saw a really high recovery at an awkward angle there, and managed to get punished out because of the bell. Every time Yata gets near these platforms, he's not able to really get much off of it. Meanwhile, Quidd has been constantly using them as defensive canopies to protect from aerial approaches. The bombs haven't been able to do much. Yata hasn't been able to really punish much off of them, but they've been allowing Quidd safe passage from side to side of the stage, and because of that, alongside the way that the Fire 100 is denying space, Quidd has been able to keep a pretty comfortable lead, although Yata is going to be pressing against that after the up throw kills.
And you see, Quidd is not afraid to go in. Like, usually you won't see a Pac-Man play as aggressive as Quidd has been using in this case. But I mean, like it said, it's Samus. You really do want to get in this character's space, because the more you allow them to just play the spacing game, you just allow them to charge up their charge shot as so. And every time you get those hydrant setups, is basically like there's no point of using it, because one good hit will just take the hydrant out of the picture and just force you to like have to approach or be ready to use any other options as the bonus fruit, or just getting into your boxing options, which Pac-Man does have some of the more stronger. For a zoner, for a trapper, has some of the best boxing options in the game.
Yeah, his close range game is no joke. And one adaptation I do like from Yata is we're seeing a ton more back air. He even puts it out while I say it as such. It's one of the better spaced options from Dark Samus, and we haven't seen a lot of use of Zaire, so it's probably one of the more reliable buttons that Yata could be pressing here. And as these percentages manage to climb, it even begins to threaten kill. A couple of pummels in the back throw, just rack up that damage, because up throw is not killing just yet.
Yeah, you don't want to scale up that up throw just yet. Now definitely at a percentage to kill if he's able to catch it, but no need when you have Morph Ball into a half charge shot. Not going to kill yet, but already sitting at a bad percentage is Quidd. And I feel like he should have gone for the grab right there. He knew that Quidd would hold shield every single time that he would get back up from ledge with normal get up. But they're not going to seal the stock yet, but gonna use Lemon. Oh, frame traps? Yeah, just...
Ooh, he exhausted the jump, avoiding the melon, and just like that.
Nice usage. That's where the mind games come into effect. A lot of people don't realize that is a key factor, that Pac-Man doesn't need for his tools to hit you. All it needs to do is just put you in a situation where you may panic and throw out an unsafe move. In this case, though, air dodge is what cost it Yata his second stock, and now he's sitting in his final stock of the winner's side.
He's fishing around for the grab so that he can try and just get that up throw, but what is good? I guess Pac-Man does have the leverage of being able to play out like that, but at high percentages like that, you can't get too screwy. We've seen how, very feverishly Yata has been going for this bomb to charge shot confirm, and it's just easier the higher those percentages get.
Oh, gonna throw an uppy. It would have connected if it weren't for Quidd's reaction time, just knowing that up B out of shield is an option. Samus has gonna almost catching him right there, using the cherry to kind of force Yata to get back on stage, but it doesn't.
Ultimate anti-hero?
It doesn't even.
Ooh.
It doesn't matter when you're just not phased with anything that Samus has to offer.